How's it going, everybody? It's been a hot minute since the last time I did an update on the tank, so we'll do a walk around. This plate coral here is a baby making machine. I've got over a dozen baby plate corals growing on the skeleton. Um, get a little closer. And I just noticed those little guys in there. So, pretty excited. Can't wait for them to start popping off. But everybody in the tank seems to be doing pretty well. I just harvested a big batch of this GSP. I pulled out 25 1-inch size frags off of it. So it'll be another 6 months, and then I'll be ready to frag it again. Got a Walt Disney Acropora there, and that guy is a slow grower. Let me see if I can get a. He's got like a little nub on the bottom right side, so I can't tell if it's maybe trying to grow out a branch. But it hasn't really started to encrust the frag plug yet. So, but we'll give it time, see what it does. Got my Pavona and Forest Fire digitata. I believe that is a butterscotch. I'm not sure. It's one of those encrusting corals. These guys, I like them. They're doing pretty good. Got some zoas. I've been increasing the par in the tank, so these guys are a little pissed off. I think I may have to pop them off the rock and find someplace lower in the tank to mount them so that they're happier. I know at the top of the rocks I'm at 130 par, so I'm figuring these guys are probably in the 80 to 100 par range, and they're not happy with it. So in the next week or so I'll pop them off and see about mounting them lower. There's that digitata. Now the digitata's been in the tank like 3 days. He's still a little pissed off. So, but we do have some encrusting along the frag plug. So we'll see how he does. And we got a happy coral here. This is another one that's been in the tank about a week, so he's still adjusting. Another encrusting Montipora. It's got little horns on them, and I'm not sure if that's from the coral growth or my tank I've been recently been infested with vermitid snails, so I'm not sure if that's the snails causing that growth or if that's the actual coral doing it on its own. So we'll figure it out. My Zoa rock, these are Fiji Bam Bams and radioactive dragon eyes. They're obviously doing well. Favits, I believe is how they're pronounced. I'm not sure what this guy is here. I'm sure if he's an acan or something else. but he's slow. He's been in that spot probably 6 months, 7 months. This is another new one. It's a blue-purple digitata. He's been in the tank just a few days, so he's still a little pissed off. We'll give him time. And another Montipora. These Montiporas have only been in the tank maybe 4 months. So it's pretty good growth on just 4 months. Starting out just on the frag plug. And it's reaching out and encrusting onto the rock. So now these guys, I had them mounted where that white spot is. Because I've been slowly increasing the power, they started getting pissed off, so I put them in the sand. And we'll see how they do. We got another Acan. He's pretty happy. And that is a rainbow Montipora. He's not doing well. I don't know if he's getting picked at by the fish or the crabs or the snails, but he's not doing much. He's barely open now, but throughout the day when the lights are ramped up, that is I believe a dragon soul. So, and that's another Acan that's only been in the tank a few days, so we'll give him more time to adjust. And got a little Zoroark there. And these encrusting Montiporas are pretty cool. And they cover up the rock, and then they get like little caves in there. Now that is a Spongeode. He's got some pretty good growth going on him on the tips. He's been in the tank about 5 months, 4 months, 5 months, 4 months. There's another Acan. Now I've got an orange filter on here, so you're not really getting the full. With my eyes, I'm seeing purples and pinks and greens. So some mushrooms. Another angle of that Spongeode. Got a couple of mushrooms in there. When I got this rock about 8 months, 9 months ago, it was being sold as a mushroom rock. It had a bunch of mushrooms on it. And I saw this little green and yellow blob, and it was tiny. And I was like, yeah, I'm getting that. And at the store, I was thinking, well, it's either a torch or maybe a hammer. But this is about 5 or 6 months later. Put it in the big tank. And all but one mushroom, there's a little mushroom down there. But all the mushrooms have popped off. And now I got this really nice torch. And I got my rainbow anemone corner. I may have to move that rock because it's reaching out. Just like the torch, his runners aren't out as far as they could be. And it might be because the lights are ramping down, so he's getting ready to shut down for the night. But he's got some pretty long runners. And these guys, this big one, he's able to touch that rock. So he hasn't stung, that I've seen. He hasn't stung that mushroom down there in the rock or the zoas. But I just figure it's probably time to move that rock maybe back a little bit more, or turn it so that it's closer to the back wall. Here's another Savona coral that's encrusting on the rock. And a nice little green tip hammer there in the back. When I got it, it was 2 heads, and now I got 3 heads. So, and this is called Pinky the Bear Acropora. And you can't really tell from this, but when I don't know, now you might be able to see some of the pink tips on it. There we go. But it has started encrusting on the rock. It's been in the tank a little over a month. So there's little pink tips on it. Very nice. Really like buying. When I bought this, I bought the whole colony. I didn't start off with just one little 1-inch frag. I got the whole colony. But the fact that it's encrusting on the rock, that's a good sign. I've been adjusting my par and adjusting my calcium and alkalinity and magnesium, and doing some extra water changes to get everything dialed in, and I'm slowly getting there. And the whole tank's been up and running, gosh, 2 years in May or June. 2 years in June. So haven't really added any new fish. Go around to the front and give you a bit of frontal view of the tank. But we're getting there. I'm looking forward to getting some more colonies to mount up into the rock work. So, and I'll just keep on. Each week I increase the par on the LEDs by like 5%. And the goal, for now at least, is 200 par at the top of the rocks. And as long as my acans and zoas and some of the softer corals or the LPS, as long as they don't protest too much, I may go higher in the par. But for right now, the goal is 200, and I'm in the 120s to low 130s at the tops of the rock. So just slow and steady. We'll keep at it. I don't have anything too terribly exciting going on in the 50-gallon. I got a couple of hornet zoas. I think they're rainbow hornet zoas, and I'm not sure what the ones to the back are. Then I got some GSP that I'm trying to grow on the rocks. This is one of the GSPs that it was real slow on opening, so I didn't take it to the shop in Fort Worth. I just held on to it. So, that's the 50 gallon. I got a little 6-line wrasse and a yellow coarse wrasse in there, and I think the yellow coarse wrasse has already called it night. So, all right, y'all have a blessed day, and I'll keep y'all updated. Take care.